I usually get here around 9. I drop my daughter off at 8:30 at school and drive back out. I usually start with the horses that require the most energy and save my easy ones for the end of the day. I'll typically ride, if I have help grooming, I'll ride between 6 and 8 horses. If I'm taking care of the horses on my own, which I actually really enjoy, I usually can do 5 or 6. Some days I have to leave quite early to go back to Portland and pick up my daughter again. My sister and I grew up from a very non-horsey family. We lived, though, within a walking proximity to this last street that had little 5-acre ranchettes on it, and we were just drawn to the horses from a very young age. We would walk up and watch them from the outside of the fences, and then we established relationships with the owners and eventually got to ride and groom, and ultimately my mom saw that we were serious about horses and got us into pony camps and summer camps, and that led to 1 lesson a week and 2 lessons a week. The biggest influence for me has been George Morris. I rode in one of his clinics as a very young professional and failed miserably. Didn't make it to the 3rd day, and from that day forward I cried all the way home and vowed that I wouldn't just attend those clinics again, but that I would, ace them in my mind, ace them. Not that there aren't any mistakes or trouble spots, but that I came there knowing what to expect and being well prepared for those clinics. And I just remember back and focus on the things I've learned from him day to day, even when there isn't someone on the ground reminding me, which for most professionals, there isn't someone on the ground reminding you. You have to really create your own system and remind yourself when you're riding. So long-term goals are to have at least 1 horse that's consistently competing in the Grand Prix classes, at least on the West Coast. I would love to compete in like FEI classes at Thunderbird or Thermal someday. Again, you can't do this sport without horses, so it's all about, finding the right horses, getting sponsors, owners that want to support you in your own goals, and then managing the horses properly so that they can make it that far. My motivation is very much about just seeing change in the horses and feeling that they're getting better every time I ride them. I'm competitive, but not in the sense of wanting to win every class. I like to feel and see improvement, and that's always what motivates me, both in the saddle and handling the horses on the ground. I'm equally as proud of participating in the Retired Racehorse Thoroughbred Makeover with Pip. We had a tremendous number of setbacks. He colicked. He was more challenging to train than I anticipated. And then obviously the expense of traveling to and from Kentucky. And also I'm most proud of the experience that I had in the George Morris Gladstone program in Chicago in 2015. I had a difficult horse, but I felt like we really truly aced that clinic and left with just a whole nother level of experience and knowledge that I would never have gotten if I hadn't have experienced that. Riding has impacted my life in a number of ways, but mostly just the hard work, organization, commitment, following through with things. Really, it's an incredibly difficult sport. You have to learn from the mistakes and enjoy the process, or you're going to always be frustrated.